Hey guys, it's Nana, and today I'm going to be doing the social media book tag. I was tagged by Savannah at Sarcasm Persuasion a while ago, and today I was like, I'm finally going to do this tag. To anyone who's tagged me in something, first of all, thank you for tagging me. I'm terrible at doing tags in a timely manner, but I do always write it down and have it on my list of video ideas if I'm looking for something to do. So if you tag me, I might not do it right away, but I'm trying to get to most of them eventually. This one was going around a while back, and it's basically different social networks corresponding to different types of books. So let's get started. The first one is Twitter, your favorite short book. So for this one, I just picked something that was under 300 pages. And I chose The Love Affairs of Nathaniel P. by Adelle Waldman. I think I've talked about this one in a video before, but it's about a guy named Nate, and he's a writer living in Brooklyn. He thinks of himself as a good guy, but he's not the best at relationships. I really enjoyed the writing in this. I think she did an amazing job. She's a woman, and she wrote the book is from a male perspective, and I think she did that really well. And this cover. Love this gorgeous cover. The next one is Facebook, a book people pressured you to read, and for that I chose The Phantom Tollbooth by Norton. This is a children's book that a lot of people had read, but I'd never heard of it up until a few years ago. But anyway, I was talking to someone and they were like, you haven't read this book, you need to read it. So it's about a boy and he goes on like this adventure in a fantasy world, and he gets caught up in a war between two brothers, and it's just really charming and delightful, and I'm really glad I read it. But yeah, it was one of those books that was not on my radar at all until someone told me, this is a classic, you need to read it, so I did. The next one is Tumblr, a book that you read before people thought was cool. And for that I'm picking Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Anyway, I think there was a lot of buzz around this one when it first came out, and I read it a couple months after it first came out, and it was already, you know, being hyped, and then later it blew up, you know, like crazy. So yeah, I think I read that one like in the early days, and I still haven't seen the movie, I want to reread it and then watch the movie, so I'm planning to do that soonish, because it's been, I think the book came out in 2012, so it's been years since I read it. Next up is Myspace, a book you don't remember if you liked or not. Myspace. Oh, so funny. Anyway, for that I picked Hemlock by Brian McGreevy. And this one, it's not that I don't remember. I did like it, with some caveats. So in this book, a young girl is found murdered in this small town in Pennsylvania, and then various strange things start to happen, and there's some supernatural elements, werewolves, vampires, that sort of thing. But it's more like on the horror side of things. And I liked this book. I didn't love it, but I liked it. Netflix also did an original series of this, which is okay. But then I also heard the author talk. I went to one of the author's events when the paperback came out, and he was doing like a little talk and reading, and I just didn't get good vibes from him. I was kind of like, this guy seems like a douchebag. So that kind of colored my thoughts on the book, but I'm still going with it was okay. The next one is Instagram, a book that was so beautiful you just had to Instagram it. And for that, of course, I had to pick my beloved Puffin and Bloom editions. I have Little Women and A Little Princess, and I just love these editions. I am obsessed with Rifle Paper Company. The head illustrator, Anna Bond, is the one who designed the covers of these books, and pretty much all of their products I want, and I could talk about that company for ages. In fact, my phone case that I showed in the thumbnail of this, boop, is Rifle Paper Company, and I have a bunch of their notebooks. And anyway, let me not derail this into a Rifle Paper Company love fest, but these editions are so beautiful, and I need the other two books, and I want them to do more. So this is just like love these books a lot. The next one is YouTube, a book you wish they turned into a movie, and for that I wanted to pick Beautiful Ruins by Jess Walters. And this was pretty popular a few summers ago. It follows this Hollywood star from the 50s, like when he's a young man until older, and it spans a few different countries and generations. And I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I think it's a really good summer read. But in particular, since it's kind of about Hollywood and fame and movies, I think it could be a really interesting movie itself. Number 7 is Goodreads, a book that you'd recommend to everyone. Let's see, immediately coming to mind is Outlander, but that's not going to be my official pick. I would also recommend Yes Please to anyone because Amy Poehler is the best and she's hilarious. But my official choice for this question will be The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. In the beginning of this story, the young boy Daniel discovers this mysterious book called The Shadow of the Wind. He kind of becomes obsessed with it and he wants to know all about the author, so he goes on a quest to find the author and learn more about the history behind the book. But the author has kind of been missing and he's hard to track down, and it's just got adventure and some romance, and it's set in Spain in the 1940s and 50s, I want to say. It's beautifully written and it's so good, so good. I can't think of anyone who's read this and didn't like it, but maybe there will be someone out there. So I just think it's a really good one for people who like stories, for people who love books. I think it's excellent. If you haven't read that, read it. That's everything. Thank you to Savannah for tagging me. If you've read any of these books, let me know, or if you want to answer any of the questions, please do so in the comments below. If you like this video, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up and or subscribe. And if you want to talk to me elsewhere, I'm on Goodreads, Twitter, Instagram. I will put all of my links down in the description box, as well as links to all of the books I talked about. I always like to link up the books so that you can go learn more about them if you want to. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!